Hi Virgos, this is Star with Ariana Stark. This is your forecast for the month of April 2026. I will use Divine Messages Oracle, Love Oracle, the Ideal Tarot for your reading this month. For a personalized reading as well as for deck purchase, feel free to reach us at the email address given below. Let's just get down to your reading, Virgos. Now, the overall energy from the Ideal Tarot, I do have the Eight of Swords. Now, this talks about the need for you to be very purposeful and driven, and this is exactly what you're going to do. But you also need to be careful because there could be an energy shift because something is brewing. People could be envious of you. You're under pressure, so be mindful of the evil eye. Health concerns are also very likely. Also, food treats are going to be there this month for Virgos. Let's just keep this aside. The final days of March stepping into April, I do have the Six of Pentacles. This talks about the need for you to focus on your finances. Possibly you were under financial strain. Some of you may have felt that money was flowing out. You needed to cough up fines or expenses were mounting. Sometimes, with this card also, you could have been generous towards someone in need of money. The universe always rewards kindness. Perhaps with respect to professional matters, you also needed to pull up your socks. Your boss could have had a thing to say about your tardiness or your lazy attitude. I think you needed to focus that much harder. Some of you may have also been a bit dejected with respect to work opportunities. Maybe someone rejected your idea, so you were a bit crestfallen. There were certain limitations that you needed to maneuver at this time. Obstacles to overcome this month or the challenges, I do have the Eight of Cups. Now, with that Six of Pentacles and this Eight of Cups, you want to move away from hardships, you want to move away from situations which are unhealthy for you. But oftentimes, you could get caught, you could feel that you're stuck in a rut. Psychologically, you may feel low, so it would be prudent for you, Virgos, to walk away from drama. Incidentally, with the Devil card in the influence position, I think communication is going to bring in opportunities, but there are going to be some constraints in a relationship. Maybe you are in a toxic relationship or in an unhealthy one, so you need to break free from such a connection. Whatever it is, you need to plan your schedule in such a manner to complete all routine tasks. Some dues may also come in. Clarifications could also be sought with respect to financial transactions. There are distractions, but like I said, you need to focus. Interestingly, you may also feel that you could have quoted a higher price for your services. Those of you who are in the leadership position, I think you're not going to tolerate incompetent workers. You're going to give it back. You're going to put people in their place, especially workers who are unprofessional, and later you may realize that you should have been a bit more patient with them. Perhaps you will also sack employees. The management or your superior could also want to look into the affairs of another department, but you need to sidestep such issues because it could become a bone of contention between you and the superior who's heading that department. The first 10 days of April is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this talks about the gates being open for that pentacle, which is there for the taking. So, grab opportunities because they don't come twice, and you know that, Virgo, especially this month when you're going to be very up and about, you're going to be someone who is going to take your chances. Again, avoid temperamental behavior because you could be having issues with a father figure. Erratic temperament will cause turmoil in your personal life. You also need to be sensitive towards your aging parents in case they are getting on in years. I think nitpicking should be avoided at all costs. Virgos, you may also feel that you tend to get the wrong end of the stick, so thrash these issues out. Maybe you should also keep your nose out of other people's affairs because people could accuse you of being nosy. The next 10 days, that is 11th to 20th April, is the Four of Wands. This talks about gains. Your personal magnetism is also going to be at its peaks. There's also going to be that side of you which is very intelligent, which is also meaning that you will get ideas and you will act on them very quickly. But other people could emulate you, copy you. You know, imitation is the best form of flattery, but you are not impressed. But you should be rest assured that the person who is overseeing your affairs is aware that you're a step ahead of the pack, that you're ingenious, that you're someone who is a cut above everybody around you. Work will definitely increase. You're under pressure. Maybe there are unruly co-workers. They don't pay attention to timing. That is why the workload increases. You will push the envelope and you will complete a lot of work. Spiritual cleansing of your environment will also do you a world of good. Focus on spiritual practice too. Home improvements are also very likely. Some of you may want to settle down with that Four of Wands. You do believe it's a twin flame connection. The final days of the month, that is 21st to 30th April, is the Five of Cups. Now, this girl, she seems to be very distraught. There could be mistrust in a relationship. Like I said, some of you could be dealing with a toxic relationship, and this Five of Cups talks about despair. It talks about loss. Maybe you should walk away from unhealthy situations. You should walk away from drama because you need to drop that baggage. With that Eight of Cups also, you do desire closure. Again, clarify before pointing fingers at others. Try to take a back seat rather than get involved in people's affairs because in the end, you could have an egg on your face or you could have to climb down from your position. Work wise, there could be calls for an interview, but then you may not be favored or they could favor someone. So, bias is also something that you have to combat. You can't do much about it. Virgos. Those of you who are working, I think you need to focus. Maybe you're a bit distracted because there are interruptions still. You will complete a lot of tasks, but you have to attend to pressing matters, and your routine tasks could be kept away for another day. I think you also need to review assignments that you have completed. Your boss could also be breathing down your neck. New clients will also come in. I think you also need to deal with the workers who are conspiring or backbiting behind your backs. That is why I said aura cleansing will be beneficial for Virgos. I do have one for sorrow, also from the Divine Mistress Oracle, which is talking about some sad news, some upsetting news. Now with that Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords talking about an energy shift, so you need to be extra careful in these days. Lenormand's mountain has also come up in your reading, which means challenges ahead. You can take the easy way out or you can go around the mountain. That could be the case. With respect to your love life, I do have the card complicated. So some of you could be in a relationship which is very naughty. Maybe it's a two-in-one relationship. You can't decide, or it could be a third-party situation. You could be dealing with the other woman or the other man in a connection. So a relationship should not leave you in naught. It should be uncomplicated. It should be tangle free. I think, like I said, some of you could be dealing with a very oppressive partner. It could only be that sex keeps a relationship alive with the devil card. I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. So some of you could have regrets about not making the most of a relationship or walking away from a connection. Maybe you should resolve issues, or this could even be the other person. Incidentally, I do have lovers from the Kipper deck, so some of you could be dealing with new romance here. Be open and receptive. It says you're also dealing with someone who is quite a reflection of you, with mirroring coming in. Maybe the two of you are on a twin flame journey with that Four of Wands also. Other than that, I also feel that in case you're in an unhappy connection, I think ego hassles is something that could bother Virgos this month. The last card in this reading is emerging into grace. I think it says here, I open my soul to grace. Be graceful. There's grace in not being ego driven, there's grace in accepting our flaws and foibles, as it allows us to surrender and allows us to ascend spiritually this April, Virgos. I hope Virgos you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.